How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not very good. We had an appointment about a week ago. I had to take a step away because of the mental, psychological, emotional, and physical stress these criminals are causing me. And I just had to. These pigs next door have been back to my apartment, beating on my door like the animals that they are.
Can you give me?
Sure.
Hi. What's going on? You got any juice with that? Tomato. Huh? Tomato. Oh, come on, girl. You got gloves down. You know what it is. If there's some new stuff, I'll let you know. I'm good. Yeah, they'll be here next Tuesday with some new juice. I'll let you know. I said they'll be here next Tuesday with some new juice.
So, due to all the mental, psychological, and physical stress and anguish that this corporate criminal, Richard Griffen, is causing me, I just had, and everything else, all these other criminals with their targeting, retaliation, discrimination, and persecution, I had to take a step back, and I've just been isolating myself in my apartment, trying to take care of myself, and I thought I'd give him the last 10 days or so to rethink his financial crimes and put something on my door that reflects the actual true credit balance. It never happened, so I need to call KMG myself. And I need to make that HUD report.
But may I just go speak with Venetia and try to get her to come over here? Because we talked about it. I don't want to say, I'll be right back.
Let me just say this. I do not have the tolerance or the filter for anybody to insult my intelligence with their ignorance. I don't.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, if there's any way I could avoid even having to see them. Richard slammed the door on my face. He attempted to, and I videotaped it and exploited it all over the internet.
When was this?
It was the last time I left your office. I knocked on his door and I asked him. First, I got Tyrone, who's dumb as a box of rocks and can't answer a yes or no question. And then Richard came and I asked Richard, could you please explain where you get these figures from? And he tried to narcissistically gaslight me, standing there looking like Tinkerbell in his bright pink t-shirt. And I told him, you're not going to narcissistically gaslight me. And boom, slammed the door in my face. I got it on video and I have exploited it.
Do you recall what he said?
Basically, that I'd have to review the video. Basically, something stupid, like he don't have time for it. He'd have to sit down and review it, which he's had about the last 10 days to do. And I do have my checkbooks with me with every single receipt. If that would help avoid even having to, because I've already tried to deal with these people. I know what to expect.
Yeah. Miss Salem, we're about to have a very candid conversation. They are some assholes. We've had this conversation. Well, I've had the conversation. They said they were going to review it. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. These are some stupid ass people, but I don't have time.
They are, and they're criminals. See, Homeland Security doesn't recruit based on intelligence. They recruit based on narcissistic tendencies. That is the truth. And I you know what? If I were you, I'd hightail it out of here as fast as I could. But it being in the position I'm in, I hate to see you leave because you are the only one here that you can sit and have a decent conversation with. And that I really hate to see you leave, but I don't blame you a bit. Yes. Do you want to take any
I
of my?
already have that. I already have all of that.
Well,
in
after
your-
paying 235 October 1st, I now am 2 months ahead with a $35 extra credit balance.
Yeah, and I don't have your current updated amount, but I have everything else that you gave me all right here.
Oh, take, okay.
In the complaint form.
I have those forms that you did give me.
Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. Now before I show you this, let's go back and calculate. Let me just look at this.
They're trying to insult my intelligence with their ignorance, aren't they?
No. Let's just worry about this real fast. Can I dig through? I'm gonna have to bring this stuff out. I gave you a copy of the ledger that they printed out. Like
Yes.
this right here.
Right, with manufactured late fees. I moved in here a month ahead, and I've been 2 months ahead for several months. There's absolutely no reason why there should ever be any late fees. That's manufactured. Just like Richard's third notice that was backdated March 30th and put on my door at some point after April 10th was manufactured. After he put my life in danger, when I deliberately and intentionally set him up with a handwritten statement about a terrorist attack, assassination attempt that almost killed me in apartment 308. Okay, and that was the first one. A week later, it happened again, and I put in a call of distress down to the office, and 28 hours later, I was kidnapped out of that apartment by the Centerline PD. Okay, I already got him. I already set him up for certain death. Okay, he ignored a very valid and legit call of distress for a terrorist attack in progress with human life in danger. And what they need to know is that sign on my door that says warning, video surveillance. That is real. Okay, which when they came in, when they sent that thug looking army guy who every time he sees me pulls his black hoodie over his head, the one who does the shortcut through the Centerline PD to the secret office in the back, you know, the guys that sit and watch the mass surveillance. Okay, well, when he took my discharge papers that I had also given you a copy of, he also took a brand new cell phone in the box. And in addition to there being video surveillance in that apartment, I am also under 24/7 real-time satellite surveillance, and I am in contact by satellite interfacing all the time.
How much is your monthly rent?
My monthly rent right now is $232 a month as of September 1st. Previous to that, when I moved in June 2022 up until I believe October, I gotta find the sheet, it was $219 a month, and then it dropped to $218.
So you said that you should, at this point in time, you should have 2 months worth of rent as the amount of $232 with an additional couple hours left over.
Additional $35 exactly, and I intentionally and deliberately did it that way because these criminals have been trying to unlawfully displace me from here ever since they accidentally shredded my rent check mid-February, which what saved my ass was I was a month ahead. I moved in here a month ahead.
I don't mean to get up and walk away.
That's okay. That's okay. I think we have to call KMG, right?
No, well, I don't know. After you,
If it doesn't say what I have here, we have to call KMG. I have 2 full months credit balance at $232 a month with $35 extra. That is what I have, and that is what my checkbook reflects. And I do call the bank every month and verify the check has been cashed ever since they shredded my check mid-February, which I caught. And I don't know if they realized that I was a month ahead then to as a safety net, because that's absolutely what they've been trying to do ever since at least February, is unlawfully displace me. I moved in here with my rent a month ahead, and I have gotten my rent now 2 months ahead, and I have 0 lease violations. They are paranoid of me being here, is what it is.
Okay, so I don't have the number because I am under a different supervision than they are. I'm a social worker.
Well, what they're doing is corporate terrorism.
Okay.
It's not a mistake like other people feel intimidated to say, and address it with. It's corporate terrorism, and that's exactly how it's going to be dealt with, as corporate terrorism. Targeting, retaliation, discrimination, persecution, and corporate terrorism. They're manufacturing false documentation and paperwork, which I have every bit of it here.
It's kind of hard to handle this when all parties can't.
Well, I have been available, and yourself, you have been available, and you've tried to get us to talk. If you've noticed, the coward criminals are the one who can't face me, right? Which is why you have to keep running back and forth rather than them just face me theirself, because they're guilty of corporate terrorism and rent theft and manufacturing false documentation and separately manufacturing late fees.
Well, I did just get him to remove the late fees. But yeah, it's not the amount that you. So I don't know.
Well,
so yeah, like you said, you can call. Wait, why didn't the paper come out? Today's Thursday,
so after he removed his fraudulent, false manufactured late fees,
Still not the amount that you.
what is the amount that he says?
It is $462.
Well, he's a fucking liar.
And I wish that we all could talk. But
Well, we can't, because he's a criminal who can't face what he did. He can't look me in the face.
Are you able to control your anger? Because it's not easy to talk to someone if they constantly yell.
I'm not yelling. That's my voice. That's how I talk. I inherited my grandmother's voice. I am a minister, and that is my voice. I have an authoritative voice, and I'm getting the runaround by corporate criminals who are out and out stealing my money while my livelihood and my survival is on the line, while they deliberately and intentionally try to unlawfully displace me. And I don't know how else I'm supposed to act. I have numerous times been down here trying to resolve this, and he's the 3-year-old criminal that slams the door on people's face when he can't get away with his narcissistic gaslighting. As
So when I originally went over there, of course I spoke with and she gave me that value. So then I went back over there and I spoke with Richard. I said, well, the late fees have not been removed. He said, yeah, those shouldn't have been on there in the first place. So he removed the late fees, and this is the balance. So you said that you should have an additional, an additional $37. Then it became that. So which is
30, after 2 months, okay, 232 times 2.
464.
Okay, and then it's $35 as of October 1st. Because my rent is $232, I always make the check $235. And there's an agenda here. I deliberately and intentionally always keep my bills a month ahead. And upon becoming aware that they are criminals and have been trying to unlawfully displace me, I deliberately and intentionally paid $300 a month for 3 months in a row to get my rent 2 months ahead, and I always round it off to the nearest 20, the nearest 5. I round it up to accumulate that extra few dollars here or there, because the way I look at it is that just gives me a safety cushion, and if I never end up needing it, I'll get that back one day, and with my security, I better, right? Let me tell you, I will get it back if it costs them their flesh and blood with tax and interest. I will get it back, and that's already what their crimes against me are going to cost them. Their crimes of terrorism, and putting human life in danger. While I almost died in that apartment, and a call of distress was ignored after I wrote a written statement, which I was instructed to do by my intelligence security detail. Okay, and this was all ignored. If you see something, say something. Doing nothing is a crime. Well, okay, what it all boils down to, Mr. Collins, is they are paranoid of me being here. They're paranoid, and that's not my problem. Their fear and paranoia of their crimes that this place is a cover front for is not my problem, and I am tired of having to be the one under the mental, psychological, emotional, and physical stress over my survival and my livelihood being targeted and retaliated against.
okay. Wow. Look at this and see if you can see what I see. Just look at the entire thing. Tell me if you can see what I see. to the starting and we'll start at the bottom of the page in 6, where you started at from your ledger.
662.
It starts with 6/14/22 all the way at the bottom. And as you wrote on your page, you paid $343 in June. So you paid the $343 and that goes there.
No, I've never paid $343.
You did. You have
No.
it on your ledger. It's right there.
Oh, that was when I moved in, and
Yeah.
that was because I paid a month ahead.
Okay, so look.
Oh,
See
okay.
if you can see what I see. So go to June.
I
and you
can't
pay-
hardly see this at all. Which page is June? Yeah, I can't hardly see this page at all.
Okay, these are 2 different pages. Right now you're going to pick this right here. We're just going to focus on this June bottom. 343 is when you moved in. Huh. If you can compose with, I mean, I understand that that's your voice and that's your personality, but I can't keep running back and forth.
Right.
I
And
need
no,
to
I'm
get
not
one of
angry.
them
I'm
here.
not angry, but I'm going to talk very direct and very matter of fact.
Okay, and that's not going to
Okay, yeah, because they want to be the authoritative figure that intimidates me, and that's not going to happen.
Okay, so what if we were to get you some, because I see that me trying to get you to see what I see is also going to.
If you could just point it out, because I didn't bring my reading glasses, and I really can't. Okay, we are down at 343. That was when I first moved in.
Yeah. So then, in what's that? July, you paid the $219, which you did pay the $219. They got the $219.
Yeah, I don't
August,
understand
you
what this
paid-
124 is.
August, you paid $219. They got the $219, and then the discrepancies occur in September because you paid $219, but then they subtracted $1. Why? And then they only got $218. Then in October you paid $219, but they only paid $218, so they took away another $1. Then in November it was $219, but they only took $218 because they took away another
Right.
$1. So that's what and I can't keep running back and forth to these
Because the rent had decreased by $1. I have all my rent forms of what I was supposed to pay. My rent had decreased. Like I said, I always pay extra on all my bills because I never live by the skin of my teeth. Never. I'm not a fly by night that operates.
Oh, okay, so that's when your credits start, when you're negative. Okay, so it was $219, but your rent was $218, but you paid $219, so they took away.
In the beginning, the rent was $219, and then at some point, right around September, so like you say, it dropped to $218.
Yeah, okay, so the negative is a balance. Okay, so you had, $343, your rent, so then you had a balance of $219. Okay, so now I'm confused.
But what I'm seeing right here, do you see where I put something that said 120? Maybe that was the prorated amount. When I first moved in here, I paid a prorated amount, which must be what that 124 around June was.
Yeah.
So I paid the prorated for June, which was a partial payment, and then I included $219 for July's rent, and that was like my extra month forward that I keep there, and I continue to the first week of the month every month. Still, I pay my rent to keep that. Well, when I got back here on May 1st, and Richard's manufactured third notice that was backdated to March 30th was on my door, that is when I decided, I need to make sure my rent is 2 months ahead for my safety and protection. And so I paid $300 a month, 3 months in a row, until I got it that way. And then I had, the extra few dollars here and there because I always round up. And You know, so like my rent is $232. So I just every month write the check for $235, and then that's just an extra $3 that builds up there. And if my rent fluctuates, there's an increase, or you know, in the event anything I have that safety net there. Which is what saved me in February when they shredded my check. So see, like there's some things on here that make absolutely no sense. Like and I'm having a hard time seeing, but doesn't it say rent for 10/1/2023 $228? Do you see that up near the top?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what 228 is there for. Because my rent has never ever been 228. Unless I'm seeing that wrong.
What they did was you paid them $235, but they took $228 and they also used some of your balance to make.
Why don't they just use what the check that they cashed and take the rent from there? Because they're trying to hide financial crimes is what they're trying to do. That would and even it would still come out the same. There's no reason why 228 should be there because my rent has never been 228. There's no reason why they should not take $232 out of the $235 check and then leave my $3 in the credit balance. There's absolutely no reason for that. Unless you're trying to manufacture something that otherwise wouldn't exist.
Okay, so like I said, I'm under because I feel like this matter is above me now. Because I don't really get into all this part of it. I don't have the number to their part of KMG. I have to get that because, like I said, we deal with two different. I am the social work aspect, and they're the property management aspect. So my supervisor wouldn't be able to do anything for you either, and that's the number I have. But I think the main office number.
And I'm also going to go to Bank of America and I'm going to pay $60 for a copy of each and every bank statement. And I want to see them deny that they cashed any check. So they don't want to come in here and see the checkbook receipts for themselves, huh?
I've already provided them with a copy.
I mean the actual checkbook receipts for the checks that they cashed every month since I've been here. They don't even want to see that, huh?
It's not, it's just everyone's, I'm gonna be candid, because this is really getting on my goddamn nerves, but everyone's delivery towards each other is very fucked up. It seems like people can't sit down and talk like that.
I have no problem with that. I've been trying.
So when you, and I get that you're building, I'm talking to you about you. I've already talked to him about him. This is me and you, me talking on the outside, looking in. When you go to someone's office and you have a phone in their face, that's automatically a reason for them to shut down.
Yeah, there's a
okay.
reason, because they're criminals and they're committing a crime against
me. You told
me.
me that 1,000 times, but I'm telling you from the outside looking in. Can you please understand my perspective? Okay, so when you come to somebody, you have a phone in their face. That's automatically a reason for them to shut down because it's like, and then of course they're not going to.
Mr. Collins, it's like I told Denasia, if there was nothing criminal if there was nothing criminal going on, it should not be a problem. They don't mind having mass surveillance, okay, where they have army agents that sit there around the clock and watch that mass surveillance, okay? So if there was nothing criminal going on, then that should not be a problem, but there is, and there has been, at least to my knowledge, ever since February, possibly going back further than that I'm not aware of, but I am aware of since February, and my rights have been violated in here. They have put my life in danger. I am being targeted, retaliated against, discriminated, and persecuted, and for my own protection, yes, that it's absolutely necessary. And I sat here for going on what was going into the third month with no lease or paperwork at all to verify that I even actually lived here, while they played all kinds of games with my paperwork. Okay, and I would go down there and I would get the stupidest answers, like the company is refusing to do any paperwork for the month of June, while they were losing a rental increase that I did owe for 3 months. That's why my rental increase, the $232, was supposed to begin in June. It didn't start till September 1st because they wouldn't do the paperwork while they were busy trying to manufacture crimes to get me out of here. Okay, and I have zero rent. I have zero lease violations, and my rent has always been paid ahead of time. And I don't have problems with the people who live here, the other tenants, who I don't get real personal with, but I'm friendly with. They're friendly to me. The problem is them, and I'm not the only one that has these problems with them. They are committing these crimes against a lot of people, and the people sit out there and they bitch and they complain about it, and they call it a mistake, and just hope that somebody's going to fix it. I don't call it a mistake. I call it what it is.
You see how you just talked to me? You didn't. There was no. You were calm. You were cool.
That's the only way I know how to talk. I'm not socially engineerable. I'm not programmable. I am me. That is my personality. That has been me for 53 years of my life. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry one bit. The problem is they can't come in here and sit down and face me and look at the checkbook receipts. What I think you want me to do is allow them to come in here and talk down to me.
No.
Well, that's what they do.
No.
That's what they do. And I have tried, and this is why I ended up coming to you, because I've already told you the reason what dealing with them is like. And I have been silent and quiet since February when they shredded my check. I was silent and quiet, and I went along with their bullshit while Richard manufactured his notices that he backdated, which I have all in here. And then the whole time, all that 2 months going on the third month, they strung me along with no paperwork and no lease to actually verify that I legally lived here. And technically I didn't, because there was no lease. I kept silent and I smiled in their face. Hi, how are you? Okay, while I gave them enough rope to hang themselves, while I watched and waited to see how long they were going to continue this psyop. Okay, and now it has gone way too far. And like I said, it has caused me much mental, physical, psychological, and emotional stress. My livelihood and my survival is being targeted, is under threat. While at the same time, I'm a human trafficked hostage, fighting for my life and fighting to save my family's life. And this is and this is the last thing I need. So, okay, I respect that you said it's above what you do. So, I'll take the next steps from there, and it's not going to work out well for them. I will promise that.
When you submit the complaint, well, I already know that you're well prepared, but just make sure you submit all of the documentation with it so that it could, because
I'm going to, I want to submit a complaint to HUD, and I'm also going to submit a complaint to the company, KMG. If you could help me out by making me copies, I would appreciate it. Now, is this the same, are these the same things that you have right there?
Yeah, this was the first one that I got. This was the second one that I just got from the Navy, and this is the third one with the corrected reverse late fees.
Okay, you see how they've changed the balance 3 times? Okay. And I mean, if that don't tell you something's wrong, right? But,
I do have all of that, and it is also in your file.
I will go to the library and just make copies of all of these. I don't want to.
Right?
Okay, well, I don't want to bother you because now I got FIA shit too. The same thing that we already faxed, and she acknowledged and approved. Now she wants to fuck with me.
What is she?
Human Scientology, human trafficking, LaShore wants to fuck with me and not accept the document that they already accepted and approved that I went over her head and around her to trick LaGrasso out of, that criminal Ivanica LaGrasso. They're all criminals. They're all human trafficking criminals. I have my other rent documents. Okay, here's the one for the tenant. Oh, here's the one for when I paid $219, and I got one here for $218. Oh, maybe it's stapled on here. Okay, these are 2 of them together. This, I'm having a hard time seeing. This one is when my rent was $218, and this is when it was $219. So I've had 3 different rental amounts since I've been here.
Going back to foster care. No one wants to ever go back to foster care, but I do. I do. Because this is.
I feel sorry for you that you took this job.
I'm starting to feel sorry for myself.
I wish I would have known you. I'd have told you don't do it.
Because I do feel bamboozled, and I'm ready to call my supervisor for cursing.
Well, Well, you have been a blessing to me, and I'm sure to other people. And I hate to see you go because you are the only person who, at least myself, and I'm sure other people, can sit down and have an intelligent conversation without being talked down to, like, you know. Well, I think we both already know what's going on with these people, and oh shoot, don't tell me I forgot the stupid FIA and the light upstairs. Put the stupid paper in it. Maybe I said it right here. Is this? Yeah, this is mine, okay. I did finally get the Affordable Connectivity Act. I had to actually let my phone service get shut off and refuse to pay it at all before it was applied.
So now, so it is $30.
Yeah, $30 off. So I paid $52 instead of $82.
Okay.
And my electric bill, my DTE, still is not paid. I have the money put sitting in my checking account. While I guess they want to try to avoid doing a meter reading, but they're not getting. If I have to live without electricity, then I will.
I'm gonna make another copy of this so that I could put it in your
Oh, okay.
file.
I'm starting to get confused. I don't know why my eyes are so strange today, more so than they usually are.
Are you do you have any health issues, high blood pressure, anything like that?
No, but I am, like I said, I am sick from the stress that these people are causing me.
So that's probably this one. Right, yeah.
Very sick from the stress, and that's why I just shut down for about 10 days. Completely shut down, and hoped that they would take the initiative to do the right thing and then put the correct balance on my door, just like they put all their intimidating manufactured notices on my door, but that didn't happen. Okay. Good. 219 is here. This has to be like that. And you know that red speaker above the door? They keep clipping mine on. I got a radio. I covered it with plastic. I masking tape plastic over it. And I got a radio that stays on 24/7 underneath it. Okay, and nobody, you'd think that the people they work for could have properly trained them how to operate the speaker without background noise and frequency interference. Okay, they're not real smart, Will. They're not very smart at all.
So this is the copy of your recent. This is the copy.
Okay, this must have been my original copy, right? Okay.
Can I say something off the record? You are really organized because you do have everything to back up everything that you are saying. Thank you. I just wish that I was better equipped at handling this, but this is I don't know.
With my life, what it is, I have to be, and I always have all my T's dotted, all my I's dotted, and all my T's crossed, always. And I always have safety net for myself, okay? My life is the well-oiled machine that I designed it to be, and everybody else is the monkey wrench in that well-oiled machine. Hey, just like this. Now, for 2 years, she's refused to send me an annual review because that's a little Homeland DHHS trick that they pull to try to get you kicked off the program. Okay? So when I went over and around her and got and tricked Ivana Lagrasso, who tried the same thing a couple years ago out of the form, I act and the facts that you helped me fax that, and I actually got an approval letter stating that I was approved up through next year, October 2024. Well, I guess now she decided that she's going to be a smart ass and send me another set of forms to do. So, which are due on the 23rd. I guess that's Monday. I didn't, and the reason why is because I want to make a copy of them for in case I'm still here next year and they try not to send it to me. But it's very short and brief.
But before I go do that, these are the copies of for this.
Okay.
Here's your
I think this paper goes. Oh, okay. That's the same thing. Do you think I need all of these to send to them, or just this?
Just the whole
Okay,
That's what we need.
so that is there.
And as long as you're gonna also choose these two, right?
Oh, I have a copy of these two in there, but I'm gonna need a copy of that for this FIA thing, and a copy of this for the FIA thing. Yeah, here she goes. She approved it and then decided not to approve it and gonna send me another bunch of the same fucking forms. For no other reason than they're ignorant like that. So I don't think this is anything that has to be filled out. Nonsense, it tells me the rights that I don't have. I already know what rights I don't have. None. I want to send her a copy of that. I was wondering if we could fax this thing. Okay. So, and I wanted a copy of the blank form because I do anticipate going through the same thing if I'm still here a year from now, and I'll probably be here another 2 years before this is over. Oh, do you have the Social Security in the wrap paper? And you gotta send this.
I have the. They need this one. copies that we are going to submit when you complete this. So you're doing this. And this is your copy for should you need to stop.
I will. I will.
So you mind?
Look, I stay 10 steps ahead and 1 step behind of these criminals all the way while I drag them through batshit crazy white rabbit holes as the master of mind control and psychological warfare that I am. Okay. I'll lead it next year, I promise. This is.
Here you go.
Okay, thanks. That was the phone number, right? Okay. Oh, fuck. I gotta have the goddamn fucking bank account number, right? Okay. It should be on, wait, we did this already and I have the copy of what we did. They're actually making us do the same PSYOP twice. So where's that copy that we faxed last time?
I got a copy of it.
Okay. Do you see my checking account number?
No, because you didn't. You said no. You checked no.
Okay, that's what I'm looking at now. The way it's written, it says, has anyone opened or closed? So I would just check no, because I just still have the same existing one, right? Okay. No. Has anyone sold? No. Now, did my income change? No. Did your monthly household income change?
Check yes. For the 25.
Actually, it wasn't more than 25. I should have said no. As your household stopped your job? No. Okay. This is done. If yes, what was housing expense? Did I put rent increase? Utility expense? No. Okay. And today's date is the 19th?
Yes.
And 1923, okay. So I guess that's it for this. Okay.
I'll be back with the stuff.
Okay.
is your original
Okay.
copy, but let me make sure it's the original. No, it's not. This is my copy. This is your original with the front and back. I just had to make an additional copy so it could all facts.
Okay.
And when you finish the complaint form and you have all your supporting documents, I have no issue with faxing that off for you as well.
Okay, hopefully you're still here. I hope you are.
Usually with fax, this is I may look like I'm pretty tough cookie. Don't let my
Well,
bore you.
If it does make you feel any better, having you here really has been a blessing for me, and I'm sure it has been for other people too, because pretty much everybody in this building has the same opinion about them as I do, and I'm not the only one that they try to do these things to. So, and I've heard nothing but people say good things about you.
When is your birthday?
9/22/1970.
Oh, so you don't need any Secretary of State thing?
No, I actually got my state ID.
Okay.
So, I appreciate your help. It'll probably take me a week or so to finish those because I still gotta deal with the rest of stuff. This is also exhausting. Well, I appreciate everything you've done, and I hate to keep taking up so much of your time with these things, but it's not my fault.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not my fault. All right, you have a good day. Thank you.